50, we're good.
Okay. Just wave at us at 49 if we're not paying attention.
Okay, we are back here on the Trading Post, and we are joined by Bretton Shaw from Caldwell Banker. How are you guys doing?
Man, we're always good. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Y'all really are always good. Y'all are always happy, and
Man, you might as well be, because if you're not, is anybody going to care anyway?
no.
It's better just to go forward with a positive attitude. And days like this, to me, this is still a beautiful day at Cedar Creek Lake. I personally love the rain. This week we've got enough rain to bring our lake back up to full, which is what everybody comes to enjoy here in our area.
Plus, it's not hot outside.
Not
It feels
quite
good.
as hot, right? It's warm, but you can walk to your car without having to change shirts. So
It's
been a good
perfect
week.
house buying weather.
Correct.
It is perfect house buying weather. Wear your slip-ons so that way right at the front door you just slip them on, slip them off, and go in and just enjoy some house shopping.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the rain is supposed to be letting up by Saturday morning, so if you're looking to get out and house shop this weekend, it's going to be a good weekend to be out there.
Yeah, if you want a house shop, just give us a call at our main office, 903-887-7055, or we're in the heart of Gun Barrel City right there, 600 West Main by the First Baptist Church. Just stop in and see us, get your house on the market, or if you're wanting to shop for one that's already on the market, just stop in, give us a few minutes. We'll talk to you, show you what we got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to start off this morning. We were having a conversation on the way here about kind of some of the similarities between the stock market and real estate, and about the ebbs and flows of both, and how the market's going up and it's going down, and this pattern that it does. And the same thing is for real estate, the same as the stock market. And
yeah,
so,
I mean, you look at stocks. Charlie Munger, he's one of my stock market heroes. He's Warren Buffett's right-hand man. And one of the things he says, like investing in the stock market, where a lot of people go wrong, is they misdiagnose what the nature of a stock is. What is its nature? What does it do? What does it by its nature do? You look at different things, like Marcus Aurelius says, you look at everything, you ask, what is it? What does it do? You can look at animals and, fish swim, birds fly, squirrels eat up your pecan crop off of your trees and drive you crazy. Stocks, their nature is to go down. That's their nature. Their nature is to go down in value. When they go up in value, that's a good thing. But if you misdiagnose that and you think their nature is to go up, then you're going to probably have a bad time in the stock market. But if you know what their nature is, then you can use that to make some money. Real estate is the same way in that it has a nature. Once you start understanding natures of things and what they do, you can use that to project, invest properly, make some money. So like one thing we'd talked about in a meeting with some other realtors a couple of weeks ago was, okay, whenever you look at residential housing, you've got two aspects to that piece of real estate, right? You've got the land it sits on, and then you've got the house. The nature of the house is to go down in value. It depreciates, hence why on your income tax you can write it off as a depreciation. The house by its nature goes down in value, but the land goes up in value. Now there's going to be times where it kind of porpoises and this and everything, but if you look at the course of the real estate from like the 1860s to now, the land goes up in value. But if you've got a 100-year-old house that has had no real maintenance done to it, and it's not sitting in a historical nature, what's its nature to do? Just the house part that sits on the land. It's going to go down in value. So like when you're arguing your taxes, that would be one of the points you would probably try to make is, look, you may say the lot value went up, but the house value went down. I wrote off this much more depreciation this year on taxes.
right, and similarly, we're talking about you make your money on the purchase, not the sale.
Yeah.
The sale is where you realize the profit but getting a good deal on the purchase is where you really make your money.
Yeah.
And so like right now, you make your money because the interest rates being so low, it's a good time to get out and buy.
Mhm.
And after you're in your house for several years and you choose to move to a different house, whether you're upgrading in size because you got a bigger family now, or
Mhm.
just moving to a different part, you've looked at the sunset on the lake and now you want to look at sunrises,
Yeah.
that's when you realize your profit.
Yeah, and technically, whenever you look at your primary house, if you just looked at it on the paper, just on paper, most primary houses are technically a liability. They're not an asset because they cost money. It costs money to buy them. If you have a note, it costs interest. You've got insurance that you put in it. You got maintenance. You got upkeep. So technically, on paper, you would say, okay, maybe that's a liability, but there's an asset part of it that outweighs the liability. I have to live somewhere.
Right.
I have to live somewhere. And the quality of the living, investing in this house, invest in me. And I'm an asset worth investing in. My comfort, my peace of mind, my security, having a comfortable place to come home to. Me is the asset that the house then invests back into, outweighs the liability part on paper. So it's a good idea to own a house to live in.
Yeah, especially like right now with, our average inflation in our country is about 4% per year.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you compare that with close to 3% interest rates,
Mm-hmm.
by the time you're paying off your mortgage, you're going to be paying, it may be the same amount of dollars, but you will have more dollars at that time. So you'll be actually paying less at the end of your mortgage
Mm-hmm.
than you are currently.
Yeah, and that's one of the asset aspects of owning a house is on paper, you may be able to show it as a liability, which on paper you kind of want to because you want to be able to have those tax savings according to the laws that are written by our country, the laws that are put out there by the IRS. You play the game according to the rules. And you can do some wonderful things. So you kind of want it to, on paper, be a liability so you get that depreciation there. But it's, whenever you look at our interest rates, and typically 10% across the spectrum is considered the good marker, and we're at 3% and inflation's at 4%, well then you get another asset benefit to your home ownership, and that is an inflation shield. You're paying back the money at an interest rate below the inflation rate. So technically, you're kind of getting paid to borrow the money. Not directly, not getting handed directly money, but versus stuffing that money in your mattress. If you stuff it in your mattress, you lose 4% a year. But if you put it into your house, you've got it invested in something, and so you're shielding yourself against a percent of that while providing yourself a place to live.
Right, which, like we were saying, you're realizing the profit at the sale.
Yeah.
You're making the profit now at
Yeah.
the purchase and while you're paying for your house.
Mm-hmm.
And so-
All that to have grandma's old advice, all that complicated everything I just said, grandma summed it up: buy low, sell high.
Mhm.
Buy low, sell high.
Mm-hmm.
Make your buy. Sometimes you don't always get to buy at the lowest and the highest. You only know when the lowest low and the highest high is whenever they're passed. Whenever you're to the point, whenever it peaks and then it's on the downhill slide, then you can say there's the peak. And whenever it's bottomed out and now it's going back up, then you can say, oh, there was the bottom. Buy low, sell high, but at the same time, we're talking about you got to have a place to live, and so you try to find a happy medium in there. You manage your need for a place to live, coupled with your investment portfolio, getting these interest rates at these super low interest rates, shielding yourself against inflation, having something to write off on the taxes. All these pieces of the puzzle come together to make real estate a fantastic investment.
Yeah, and all the actual wealthy, not just making good money each year, year after year, and living comfortably, but the truly wealthy, talk about the one thing they all agree on, how to be truly wealthy is invest in real estate. Whether it just be your personal house or rental properties or land speculation for maybe a future development, like we have a lot of them going on around here, that's where you truly can make money over the long term.
Historically, across the U.S., real estate has been one of the top, if not the top investment across the board in the history of the United States. It turns paupers into millionaires in this country. It is just a fantastic vehicle for wealth.
But that's how, President Trump got a lot of his money.
That's how he got his money. He's a real estate guy.
He is a businessman. Like him or hate him, he was very good at business.
Very good. He knows how to buy. He knows how to sell. He knows how to invest. Not just in real estate, but he also understands that part of real estate is people. Real estate isn't just about the dirt and the building. It's also about the people and giving them value.
Right, and that's one thing that our job is mostly a networking type of job. It's not just the houses that we sell. That's where ultimately we realize our commissions and our profits for the year. But how it reaches out to the lawn man and the roofer and the plumber who keep these houses going each and every year, it's a good way for an entire community to make money in one entity.
And speaking of that, you have some great opportunities for real estate investment this week.
Right, like we were talking
whether
about.
you're talking about just a straight up investment, place to live, or even hunting season's coming up and investing in a place to play and get a little relaxation and recharge your batteries.
Right, like we were talking about the ups and downs in the market. Every type of property, whether it be residential or commercial or land, they sell. All of them sell all year round, but each one has its peak during the year. And right now we're coming off of the summer, and so you'll see a little bit less of the waterfront house sales. There'll still be some selling throughout the end of the year, but what we're going to see trending right now is land. Land is going to be coming up, whether it just be you're looking for a bigger space to occupy, you want to run some cattle, maybe an ag type investment, or hunting season is upon us. I don't remember which season just opened up.
We're in dove season right now. Archery season opens up October, and then general season opens up November.
So it's a good time, and I'm looking for it personally to buy a place for you to go out with your family and do some hunting, or as an investment, maybe you would like some land to lease to make a profit on for somebody else to come in and hunt. That happens quite a bit around here. People that live up in the city looking for a place to get away, they can't really hunt in their subdivision there, and so they come down here to lease some bigger acreage to find something.
Yeah, because if hunting is one of your things, one of the things with investing in land is you are an asset. You are super valuable. You are more valuable than any given stock on the New York Stock Exchange or any piece of real estate, any piece of dirt, any house, any structure. You are the valuable asset. And one of the things with a good piece of hunting land, if you're into hunting, is that land invests back in you. It recharges your batteries. It allows that relaxation, that stress relief, or just some good old-fashioned enjoyment. Right. And you got a couple of good properties here for us, Brett.
The first one I want to start off with, this could be used for multiple uses. It has been used for crops the last several years. But it does have wildlife in the area, and it's big enough that if you are looking to hunt on, it could be used for that. And this is over on County Road 4080 in Kearns. This is 95 acres. Big place to stretch out on. It's relatively flat over there. Good flat terrain for either one, like we're saying, if you're looking for an ag type production area or a hunting opportunity. And the price on this one, you're not going to find a price per acre like this anywhere else in the area. This is 95 acres for only $212,000 today.
$212,000 for 95 acres.
So that's just barely over $2,000 an acre.
That's just barely over 2,000 acres. I mean, we haven't seen below 2,500 an acre up here around the immediate lake in a few years.
Now, most of your land is creeping up to 10,000 is considered a good per acre price right now. We're seeing lots of stuff 12 and 14, and I've seen some over towards the Scurry area and north of Maybank going 30,000 an acre. So getting something at the 2,000 an acre price range right now, and especially a bulk of it, such as this one, 95 acres for only 212,000, is an excellent opportunity. Like I said, you make your money on the purchase.
On the purchase. So that's a great one to get into. What you got next there?
Next one, we've got a slew of properties over here in Eustis. And so we've got 4 of them located on County Road 2503. And you've got one of them that's 4.53 acres for $67,950. A 3.75 acre for $56,250. A 3.7 acre for $40,700. And a 3.87 acre for $42,570.
Those are some great pieces under 5 acres, because sometimes you don't want 200 acres. You just need a little bit of buffer area there. You just want a little bit to stretch out the legs. Those are some good prices for under 5 acres.
These keep the neighbors just a little bit further away. Now, if you want to build a shop, you've got a yard, kids want to run around, enough room to really spread your wings here, and located really near the Eustis School District over there.
And you got 2 more there on Week Street, correct?
Week Street, just right around the corner there. You've got a 4.6 acre for $69,000 and a 3.89 acre for $58,350.
Okay.
So all them prices, if you break them down, they're running roughly about the same per acre. Excellent opportunity today on any of these if you're looking for just a little bit more of a yard.
Those are great. And then you got one more that they'll have to call for details on this one real quick. How much acres, how much is it?
This is 28.34 acres in Malakoff for $250,000. Gated entry, paved road in the center. It's a lovely place, and the minerals convey on this property.
Minerals convey for 28.34 acres for $250,000 in Malakoff. Call for more details. Our office there, the heart of Gun Barrel City, 600 West Main, right next to the First Baptist Church, 903-887-7055. Or Brett, how do they get a hold of you?
You can call me at 903-340-6301, or continue to catch our live streams on Facebook, Brett Coon, Coldwell Banker, American Dream Realty.
Or I'm Shy at 903-340-6159. Give us a call if you didn't catch one of these properties. Joel, you have the list here, so they can call in here to the studio or give us a call there at our phone numbers. Once again, 903-887-7055, or stop in and we'll help you with one of these.
Okay, now you guys will be back in 2 weeks.
Should be next week.
Okay, next week. Okay, thank you guys. Bretton Shaw from Coldwell Banker.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We'll be back with more buying, selling, and trading right after this.